Hello and welcome to the fifth and final video tutorial on ratios. In this video, we are going to solve questions based on concepts and rules that we have already discussed in the previous videos. Now let us begin with our today's lesson. This is allegation question and it says that two mixtures A and B contain milk and water in the ratios 2:5 and 5:4 respectively. How many gallons of A must be mixed with 90 gallons of B so that the resultant mixture contains 40% milk? Now the first thing you should do is copy down the information given in the question on a piece of paper. The first information is about two mixtures A and B containing milk and water in the ratios 2:5 and 5:4 respectively. Now you see, if the mixture A contains 2 parts of milk, then it contains 5 parts of water, right? So 2 plus 5 makes 7 and the ratio of milk in A would be 2/7. That is the ratio of milk divided by the whole, right? And the ratio of B would be 5/9, right? Now 40% of milk is 40/100, which if simplified is 2/5. Now, our next step is to jot down the information in allegation chart by writing down ratio of milk in A, B and the mixture of A and B. We are now going to multiply each ratio with the LCM of 7, 9 and 5. After removing fractions, we are going to get 90, 175 and 126 as the ratio of milk in A, B and the mixture of A and B respectively. Now subtracting 90 by 126 we get 36 and subtracting 175 by 126 we get 49. Now since these are the ratios, that is 49 and 36, so we're going to write x with them, right, to make our solution more easy. So 36x, which is the ratio of B, is equal to 90 and hence x would be equal to 5/2. Now we need to find the number of gallons of A, and for that we already have the ratio of A, that is 49, right? That is 49x to be correct. So 49x would be equal to 49 into 5/2, that is the value of x, and our answer is going to be 122.5 gallons of A, right? In the previous videos, we have been dealing with questions that contained maximum of 3 ratios. But this question contains 4 ratios. So let us see how we solve this problem. The question says that at a garment shop, the ratio of the number of shirts to the number of trousers is 4:5, and the ratio of the number of jackets to the number of shirts is 3:8. If the ratio of the number of sweaters to the number of trousers is 6:5, what is the ratio of the number of jackets to the number of sweaters? Now the first thing to do is to write down the ratios of shirts, trousers, jackets and sweaters in a sequence. So the ratio of number of shirts to the number of trousers is 4:5. Ratio of number of jackets to number of shirts is 3:8, and the ratio of number of sweaters to the number of trousers is 6:5. If we take the reciprocal of sweaters to trousers on both sides, we get the number of trousers over number of sweaters is equal to 5/6. So from the above 3 equations, we have the number of jackets over the number of sweaters is equal to number of shirts divided by number of trousers into number of jackets divided by number of shirts into number of trousers divided by number of sweaters. Now the reason why we have written down all these ratios this way is to cancel out the extra ratios, right? So that we are left with the ratio of number of jackets to the number of sweaters, right? So if we cancel out the extra ratios, we're going to get 1/4 as our answer, which is option number C, right? This question is based on a rule of ratio which we have already discussed in our previous video on ratios. This question says that the ratio of the marbles with Jack and Dave was 13:9. Now they each have 10 more marbles with them. Which of the following cannot be the ratio of their marbles now? You see, the question says which of the following cannot be the ratio of their marbles now. The first thing to do is to check the ratio of marbles with Jack and Dave, which is 13/9, which is greater than 1 and approximately 1.44. Now, by going by the rule of ratio, for a ratio x/y greater than 1, and if k is a positive number, then x plus k over y plus k would be between 1 and x/y, which means it would be greater than 1 but less than x/y. Therefore, after the inclusion of 10 marbles each, the marbles of Jack and Dave would increase by 10. Hence, the final ratio must be smaller than 13/9 or 1.44. So we're going to check each one of the fractions given in the optional answers, and we look for our correct answer, right? So 7/4 is 1.75, which is definitely greater than 1.44. 7/5 is equal to 1.40, which is less than 1.44. C and D are also less than 1.44, so they can be, you see, B, C and D can be the ratio of the marbles of Jack and Dave. But if we look at the option E, which is 23/8, it is greater than 1.44, so it's also cannot be the ratio of the marbles of Jack and Dave. So our correct answer would be A and E, right? Okay, our last question is relatively easier than the previous ones, and it says that 4 workers worked on a project. The total time that the 4 workers worked on the project was in the ratio 2:3:5:6. If one of the 4 workers worked on the project for 60 hours, which of the following can be the total number of hours that the 4 workers worked on the project? Indicate all possible hours. So what we're going to do is we're going to check each person working for 60 hours in the ratio 2:3:5:6. Now, if the first person worked for 60 hours, then we are going to multiply each one of the ratios by 30, so that we can get 60 for the first person, right? And 60 plus 90 plus 150 plus 180 gives us 480, which is possible, right? Now, the second person, if the second person worked for 60 hours, then we're going to multiply each one of the ratios by 20. If the third person worked for 60 hours, then we're going to multiply each one of the ratios by 12. And we're going to multiply each one of the ratios by 10 if the fourth person worked for 60 hours, which means that option A, B, C, and E are all possible hours, right, for this question. Easy, right? This concludes our 5th and last video tutorial on ratios. I hope you have learned the rule and the concepts of ratios and also understood the GRE Quant test level questions that we have solved in these video tutorials. Best of luck to you. Stay positive, stay well, and goodbye for now. Thank you.